crazy what your brain tells you to do when you're a kid.
Hey, welcome in, welcome in. First, I'm going to say, hey, thank you for being here. But I'm also going to say, no spoilers, trigger warning. Something like viewers' discretion is advised. We're going to go ahead and rate Adolescence. And if we get 3 likes, that's it. 1, 2, 3. We'll come back with a full discussion and maybe even break down each episode. Now, this is on Netflix. And I'm sure at the time posting this should be probably their top movie or series or anything right now grabbing buzz on social media. We have a review called The Fallout. It's on HBO Max. Go ahead and check that out. But the feels are very similar. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the description is for this, and we'll go ahead and jump into first impressions, and I'm going to rate it. Police break down the door of the Miller's family home. Teenage Jamie is arrested and taken into questioning, but insists he's done nothing wrong. My first impression of this was it was something that was, I think, respectfully across the pond, meaning it wasn't something that, I want to say for the actors and everything like that in the US. I like watching stuff, whether South Africa or things in South America, some good novellas. And I've been watching a lot of things, just like I think we all have over the years, and getting stuff from channels like the BBC and whatnot, and enjoying the different types of movies, shows, and things we can get. And so when I saw the image for this, I was thinking like, some first person shooter game, spy type of thing going on. And that was not it. I was not ready for it, even though the title says what it does. I thought maybe it involved kids, but in some superhero type of save the world type of thing. So with that being said, again, no spoilers. The lows for this is that this is true, not necessarily the story is true, but what's happening in the changing world that we live in, regardless if you have kids or not. You have nephews and nieces, regardless if there's no kids anywhere in your life, because that's the lifestyle you choose. I think we can all collectively say something in the world has changed. It doesn't feel the same. I think we look at high school and we look at certain things in our youth, our adolescence, and we say something has changed. And so the con for this is a realization in this that something has changed. Now, the pros that I will say is the acting. I thought the acting was phenomenal. I don't know if they talk Emmys or Oscars of this. The way the pacing was and the shots and everything was just, to me, just so impressive for the fact I think 90% of this is one shot. Like, go back and when you finish watching, it's tough to watch certain scenes, but go back and watch it. You'll see that the camera does not leave the actor. It stays, and they do such a great job. Like when someone walks past someone, the camera follows that person, and that's a continuation of the story. It reminded me of The Pit, which we reviewed as well, or the show 24, where the hours are connected for each episode and makes it more immersive. Like they would go through a pane glass window where we would watch a movie that, would normally use CG to kind of go through that transition. And just the acting, there was a child actor, the one who plays the lead, Jamie. I'm hearing this is his first time acting, and he did a phenomenal job acting. And same thing with a lot of the other youth in this. And I talk about a lot where, and we got other reviews where it's hard as a kid actor sometimes to play these dramatic roles, and make you feel what they're feeling, and that they're not just a child actor, they're that person in that story that we're in. And so those were, the highs and lows that I'll take from that. Now, let's go ahead and rate this. Like I said, 3 likes, and we'll go ahead and we'll do a deep dive discussion. But our ratings go from 0 to 5. We've done some things recently that's hit a 0. You got to go check it out. But for the most part, we try to keep it real here. We try to give you real reviews. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and we greatly appreciate that. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow, share as we continue to grow here in the Critic Collective. Now, I'm going to go ahead and rate this a 5. Simply put, it opens the discussions that we need to have. It opens your mindset to a world that you're not privy to. Like for me, I've always worked in an industry where I was around people that were much younger than me, right? And if you work in retail, or things like that. And you'll say, hey, listen, my coworkers are, 10, 15, 20 years younger than me. And you're like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Or sometimes you got a foot in it and you understand that, kids will be kids and they're doing things different from us. You're watching this and you might be on the fence one way or the other. You may be completely shocked. I wasn't necessarily shocked at some of the things the kids were talking about in this, but I could see that conversation on the couch and the looks across the dinner table afterwards. Now, would you watch this with your teen? I don't know. Put in the comments. Would you watch this with your teen? Would you watch this with the little ones? No, do not watch this with your little ones. It's nothing gory about it. Just a lot of the emotions and stuff don't really translate, and I don't think you can have that conversation. But I would recommend watching this, having a conversation about this, and having a better understanding of the youth and the world we live in. You could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. Until next time, kalika-lika-lao.